Good morning, sirs. Good morning, sirs.
Very
Sir,
good
this is
morning.
Krishna Kishore from Narayan Educational Institutions, Hyderabad, sir.
Very good morning.
Thank you for organizing the webinar, sir. Such a wonderful topic also selected.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. Now they are joining. The number is increasing now.
Good morning.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, good morning, good morning. Sir, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Mathivanan sir line la illa sir.
Hello. Um, Hello. Another one, could you hear me? But I am unable to hear. Voice was there. அப்போ வந்து கேட்டுட்டு இருந்தீங்க. யாரும் கேட்டுதான் வேற பேர் போகணும் இல்லையா? நல்லாதான் இருந்தது. Hello. Yes, yes. Now I'm hearing. Yes. Sorry, there was some. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can start now. Yeah, we can start now. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, anyway. அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Good morning to each and every one of you. Professor Anandaraman, the Dean, and as well as the managing the NV Center of CAS in Marine Biology, Professor Ajmal Khan sir, very senior marine microbiologist and also mentor for many of the marine microbiologists of our country. Other faculty members of CAS in Marine Biology and faculty members from different departments of Annamalai University, as well as research scholars, students, and also other participants. It gives me immense pleasure to join today in connection with the International Day for Biological Diversity. It is being celebrated all over the world. As a part of the celebration, Annamalai University, the Center for Marine Biology is organizing this special lecture, for which I profusely thank my very best friend as well as my classmate, currently is the Dean, Professor Anandaraman, and also Professor Ajmal Khan sir, who is also the advisor of NV Center, all other faculty members for this opportunity. And I also appreciate the effort of celebrating this International Day for Biological Diversity in spite of today's Sunday. So everyone wanted to take rest, but the CAS Marine Biology is working today and organizing this seminar, for which I really appreciate their good effort. Coming to the today topic, before that I would like to say I am the student of Annamalai University. Annamalai University is my alma mater, and I visited Marine Biology Center for many times for different events. And today we are joining through online, and a lot of senior professors have contributed immensely for the marine biological sciences. So I'm extremely happy to join through online to deliver the lecture on biological diversity. So I would like to share my screen. Please confirm whether you are able to see the screen. Sir, are you able to see my screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, sir. Professor Anandaraman? Hello? Sir, could you able to see my slide? Yeah, okay, fine. So I have chosen this topic, biodiversity conservation, issues, challenges, and way forward. It is very important to celebrate the Biological Diversity Day, and therefore I have chosen this topic to give the challenges, whatever we are facing, and what are the issues, and also what we can do to conserve the various organisms in the part of biodiversity. I'm presenting this picture which I have taken from Vedandangal. I visited a few years ago. I clicked some photographs. This is the algal bloom. I was very fascinated as a botanist to see this algal bloom on the lake, and I just taken a photograph. But during that time, I didn't realize the importance of algal bloom. You can see here this algal bloom, and on the top you can see a lot of birds are sitting. And then after organizing these photographs, I realized the significance of biological equilibrium and the role of each and every organisms present in the ecosystem. You can see this algal bloom, they are growing on the water, and these algal phytoplanktons are being eaten by the zooplankton. So it is a feed for the zooplankton, and the small zooplankton will be eaten by the small animals like fishes or insect or frogs or etc., which are living in the lake ecosystem. So they are actually taking these zooplankton, and what will happen? These animals will be consumed by the birds which are coming from faraway places. They are traveling quite a lot of time and also longer period, maybe 3,000, 5,000 kilometers. They are traveling, and they used to come here and they form a nest on the trees, and they lay the eggs, and then this is a breeding ground for the birds, and they go along with their offsprings. So this is the event happening every year continuously, and very, very interesting point here is each and every component of the biodiversity is helping each other. The algal is feed for the zooplankton. The zooplankton is feed for the small animals and maybe larger animals living over there, and that will be eaten by the birds because they are coming from a faraway place and they are taking food from the animals. And what they do, they also excrete, and the excreta come down and added to the water, and the water become enriched because the excrete contain a lot of nitrogenous and other minerals. So therefore, the nutrient cycle will be maintained in this entire ecosystem. So initially, when I took the photographs, I didn't realize the importance of each and every component of biodiversity. Then now I realize every organism in the biodiversity components are very, very essential to maintain the biological equilibrium and also helping each other. So therefore, we need to appreciate each and every organism. We should not ignore them. We should not say that they are microorganisms, what they will do, or you should not say that algal what it will do. Like that, we should not ignore, and we need to appreciate the role and responsibility of each and every organism because they are very important role to maintain the biological equilibrium. So that is the lesson I learned through these photographs. You can see how these birds are actually nesting and living over there in the Vedandangal birds sanctuary. And coming to the biodiversity, it is a variety of life on Earth and the natural pattern it forms. And today biodiversity is not the fruit of, it is the fruit of billions of years. It's not a one day or 1 year affairs. It is a billions of years of evolution shaped by natural process and increasingly by the influence of human. It forms the web of life of which we are an integral part and upon which we so fully dependent. We are only an integral part. So, but we are really damaging the entire system because of our needs and greed. So that is, this is the stage wherein we need to think of conserving and protecting the biodiversity, as I mentioned in through the previous slides, and each and every component or every organism is very, very important to maintain the biodiversity and biological equilibrium. And diversity is often understood in terms of wide variety of plants, animals. Yes. I'm changing the slides, but it is changing here. Oh, I see. Maybe you can see now. Once again, I will share it. Okay. Now, you see this bigger screen? Oh, yeah. Yes. Probably we have already estimated about 3 to 100 million species in there. That was the only estimation. But the recent estimation in the year 2020 it reveals that the presence of 8 million species. But out of 8 million species, whatever we have estimated, we have so far identified only 1.75 million species. So the vast majority of the species we have not identified. So therefore, there is a lot of scope of identifying new organisms. What are the components of biodiversity? The slides are changing now. Are you able to see the slides? Yeah, microorganisms, plants and animals. What happened? There is some issue. I think see now, component of biodiversity. Why it is not changing? But if I put the full screen, probably there is a problem. But it is not a full screen. Yeah, component of biodiversity, and in the biodiversity we have microorganisms, plants and animals, and we are also part of this biodiversity under animal kingdom. And I wanted to show some of the photographs to understand the different biodiversity. First, I wanted to present the microbial diversity, like bacteria. These kind of bacteria we are unable to see through our naked eye under microscope, or if you grow on a plate and you can see these kind of colonies. These are the soil bacteria. We are often isolate from the soil or any other media. As you can see here, how nicely they are growing. Each and every dots containing thousands of bacterial cells. And then we have mangrove bacteria, which we have isolated from mangrove sediment. You can see here they are much aggressive in terms of producing various pigment and enzyme, and also they are able to produce a different bioactive compound. So this kind of mangrove bacteria also we can isolate from mangrove soil. And coming to the another very interesting group of bacteria, they are known as halophilic bacteria. Means with the presence of salt only they will grow. Without the salt they don't grow. They are very, very specialized group of bacteria, and very interestingly they are able to produce different types of enzymes and also various bioactive metabolites. This halophilic bacteria is very, very special type, and we can think these bacteria for isolating different types of bioactive compounds, which are all of pharmaceutical importance. And we have done some good work on it, and we found out some of the components we isolated and purified and characterized. Coming to the actinomycetes, they are also bacteria, but they form filamentous structures and also produce spores like fungi. And these bacteria, actinomycetes, we isolated from soil sample collected from terrestrial ecosystem. So they are also produce different types of pigments, and we also collected marine sample, marine sediment and marine water and animals, etc., etc. From those samples, we isolated different types of marine actinomycetes. They are much superior than the soil actinomycetes in terms of production of various enzymes as well as pigments and bioactive metabolites. And we have good collections of soil as well as marine actinomycetes in our culture collection, and these organisms also we can consider for producing different drugs, drug discovery program. Coming to the mangrove actinomycetes, very, very interesting, and these mangrove actinomycetes are able to produce different types of pigment. You can see here a variety of pigments they are able to produce. Even they are different from soil actinomycetes as well as marine actinomycetes in terms of producing different types of pigment. Very, very interesting. And if you want to isolate any natural pigment, probably you can think of these marine actinomycetes. Coming to the fungi, different types of fungi we have in our ecosystem. Large number of fungi are there. These are the microfungi. They are very small in size and microscopic, and we have good collections. Just for information, Trichoderma species. This is a beneficial fungal genus, and they are known for their biocontrol activity. So they are able to control pathogens like Rhizoctone isolani. This down panel I have given Rhizoctonia, different strains of Rhizoctonia solani. They are deadly pathogen. I mean, they cause different diseases in various crop plants. Especially for rice, it causing sheath blight disease, second most important disease, sheath blight. This is the pathogen, and this is the beneficial. This trichoderma are able to control Rhizoctonia solani. This is the biological control. Like these fungi, there are a large number of fungi is available. The macrofungi, you all know very well about the mushrooms, bigger in size, and you can see our naked eye, and also some of the mushroom we can consume as edible, and there are other mushrooms, they are also poison. So therefore, we need to be very careful, and these macrofungi also part of our biodiversity component. Coming to the quickly plant biodiversity, you can see here. This is the photograph I have taken from the Western Ghats. You can see luxurious growth, and in this particular location, you will find thousands of different plants. So this forest area is really supporting the growth of different plants, and not only plants are supporting birds and animals, etc., etc. So they are the component of our biodiversity. Coming to this plant diversity is also useful for us in terms of nutrition and food security, grains, vegetable, and fruits, and we are consuming day in, day out, and they are the beneficial biodiversity component, and the plants are a producer, and we are deriving food from these plants. So we need to really appreciate their good work, as well as we need to protect them, especially to make sure the food security. Some of the rice variety I am present here. You know, rice means only one is not that. There are thousands of varieties are available. Some of the very rare varieties I am presenting here, you can see. Rarely people would have seen these varieties. And we have screened more than 63 varieties for some other purpose. Just I wanted to show you how they are differ. Each and every variety is different from each other. And we have land races, wild races, and also cultivars, etc. We have. And but though we have so many germplasms of rice, we are cultivating only few varieties. This is the photograph I wanted to present before you, because I have taken this photograph from Ethiopia. Ethiopia, that is the Addis Ababa, this is a capital airport, and they are proudly presenting this poster in the airport itself, durum wheat variety. Actually, they have shown the diversity. You can see the different types of variety and different colors, and also different shapes. And I was thinking before going to Ethiopia, only the European country used to have the best wheat variety, because they used to eat a lot of wheats, and they used to grow summer wheat, winter wheat, etc. But there I learned this durum wheat variety is the best variety in terms of quality in the world. So proudly they are presenting. Not only that, Ethiopia is having different types of millets. Even the millet the diversity is much higher than India. That's what I learned from there. Different types of millet they have in Ethiopia. Coming to some of the fruits, these are exotic fruits like rambutan and these type of fruits are available, and they are also helping us in terms of not only food security, and they are also having a lot of medicinal value. So this is the fruit. Actually, probably you will immediately think that this is a jackfruit, but it's not a jackfruit. It is durian fruit. It's very primitive fruit. Still, it is available. I have taken this photo from Malaysia, but it is also available in the Nilgiris areas, and it's very expensive. People used to buy and eat because it has a lot of fertility value. That's what the belief is. But it is a very primitive fruit and originated very longer period. Then this is the photograph I have taken from Abu Dhabi. This is a desert area. From there, I have taken from a garden where this particular moringa they have planted. But this moringa, interestingly, doesn't have any leaves. You can see here, this is only a chip, but there is no leaves at all. And this is a modification, because these particular varieties present in this desert ecosystem where the water scarcity is there. Hardly the plant will get water, so therefore, though no leaves are there, the leaves are, if it is there, it will lose the water through evaporation. Therefore, it is reduced in the stem-like structure. You can see this is the fruit, like our own drumstick fruit. It is very, very rare to see. And the person who was actually having this particular plant in his garden, he was mentioning this is a very primitive drumstick. That's what he was mentioning. But I was thinking that this is because of this adaptation, the ecosystem adaptation. It's very rare to see. Therefore, I'm presenting before you. And this is the plant aloe vera, and they say it is a red aloe vera. And generally, there is a belief that the red aloe vera is having a lot of medicinal property than the green aloe vera. And this is also one of the characteristics, I believe, because of it is available in the desert. The same Abu Dhabi garden I have taken, because of the desertic condition, probably it has its the pigmentation. Probably the pigment also is one of the way to protect the plant. Coming to this photograph I have taken from a jungle in Kenya, you can see here, this is just a wild. There is a brinjal variety. It's a wild brinjal variety, very interesting. And we are cultivating brinjal. We have several varieties. And this you can see here very nicely, smaller brinjal variety. So likewise, there are plants and different types of plants are available in the ecosystem. Different. And this is the rose I just am presenting, but this is not a variety, natural varieties, all hybrids developed by human being, man-made, and you can see different colors. And this photograph I have taken from the farm at Kenya, and they are actually growing these roses in a poly houses, and they make these cut flowers, and they are sending to Holland and Dubai for sale, and it's become an industry. Very nice to see them. So why I'm presenting here? Because naturally we can have different varieties, or artificial also we can create through breeding. Different types of variety we can create. Coming to some little bit of animal diversity, just I wanted to quickly go through some slides. You can see this is the one of the sanctuaries at Kenya near Nairobi. This is the capital of Kenya, and we have gone there to see some of the animals, especially lion. People wanted to go and see lions over there, and from outside we have seen nothing. Just it's a grassland. No animals have been seen. After going inside, and we were very disappointed. Nothing could be seen in our vicinity. But to very, very large extent, I think it's more than 250 hectares of land, very huge area. It's become the habitats for the wild animals. But they say a lot of animals are there, but we were disappointed initially. But from far we could see two giraffe, they were walking, and we were very excited to see them. Very nicely they are walking and towards our vehicle. And still we have gone inside, and we could see some of the deers. This is one variety of deers. They were going here and there. Then we have excited a little more, and the closer view of this giraffe, it started eating these thorny leaves, bushy leaves, and very nice if you see under the natural ecosystem. And you can see here, these are two giraffes are walking. And the backdrop, you can see a lot of animals are roaming here and there. Different types of animals. You can very well see from far. And close vicinity, you can see this is a very bigger deers, very, very big in size, like cows and bullock, very larger deers. And you can see zebra. Zebra also, a large number of zebra we could see in this same sanctuary. And this is yet another deer population, and you can see this wild. This is a kind of This is the bison-like animals, and they are very, very ferocious. Actually, they are very, very dangerous. If you go nearby, they are actually trying to kill the animal, human, it seems. So therefore, no one will be allowed to go close by these dangerous animal, and hundreds of animals are there over this particular vicinity. You can see here a large number of giraffe, zebra, and also wild boar. And these two, you can see this is the rhinoceros. The same vicinity, same sanctuary, you will find different types of animals. Small animals, larger animals, something like that, and also these deers, and also ostrich, and also birds, and this pond is also housing with a lot of fishes, etc. So just why I wanted to show this sanctuary and different animals, because the entire ecosystem, all these animals are living in our mud, and they don't fight each other unnecessarily. Only lion will catch hold of any animal when it wanted to have its own prey. If it is hunger, then it will go and catch hold of any animal to eat. Otherwise, they are quite very maintain harmony and peace, and they don't fight unnecessarily each other. So therefore, I wanted to show, if you don't disturb the ecosystem, all this biodiversity will be maintained. Plants will be there, animals will be there, and all these.
Sir, can I have a question, please? Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, please, sir.
Yes. The thing is that what happens to ecotone?
Pardon?
Ecotone, sir. How about the biodiversity in the ecotone systems?
Sir, please, once again.
How about the biodiversity in ecotone systems, sir? The communities which are left behind between the two ecosystems, will they be affected by any other particular ecosystem on either side?
No, just I wanted to show all are living in peace and harmony. There won't be any disturbance among themselves.
Okay.
The lion also there. Even we have taken lion photographs, and we are also very close by, just 4 feet away. And we have taken the lion, and it was just standing and looking at us. And they didn't do anything harm to any other animal when we were there. And people were telling they are actually, whenever so they don't disturb each other. That's the idea I wanted to present. If human is there, human interference is there, the entire equilibrium will be disturbed. That's my message I wanted to present before you.
Okay.
Because if you leave them undisturbed, without any disturbance, and they will maintain the biological diversity, the diversity will be conserved. Only we are damaging. So that is the message I wanted to present before you by showing these photographs. Actually, we are going there, and we are seeing the animals. Sometimes people are going and they are poaching the animals. So by the way, the diversity is coming down, and the people indiscriminately they are catching the animal, killing the animals. That leads for biodiversity loss. And also because of our human creation, the climate change is happening, global warming and climate change is happening. That is also leads to biodiversity loss. That's the message I wanted to present through my lecture, and maybe in the future slides you will see some of the effects of climate change. Can I proceed, sir? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How about the communities in the ecosystem?
So I have not studied any community, sir. Just I wanted to present, I wanted to impress upon how the conservation of biodiversity is important.
Okay, sir.
So I'm not talking about any community and their presence and their responsibility or survival or whatever.
Okay.
Yes, please, sir. Yeah, please. Yeah, they can also ask in between if they want. Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, okay. So,
thank you, sir.
Yeah. The another, then I wanted to present before you this picture, and this is the photograph I have taken from the botanical garden of Montreal, Canada. You can see here, and this particular plant is having a lot of insect, but we are unable to see the insect from far, even the photograph also. But this is the insect. You can, probably, if you closer look at, this is the insect. You can see so many insects are there. It's just like any other a plant stem. It looks like a plant stem, but this is adaptability because they wanted to survive. So they wanted to protect itself, and they are having their own adaptation mechanism. So we need to appreciate this insect, and it is having its own role to play in the biodiversity component. And this is a photograph we have taken from there only. You can see here, this is the ants, and they put every day a bunch of the leaves over there, and they used to cut and make it into small bits and pieces. And they wanted to show that how these ants are also responsible for conversion of these the organic dead matter into kind of mineralization. Probably the microorganisms which are living over there, further they decompose, they converted them into the minerals, and the minerals added to the environment, and therefore the fertility of soil and ecosystem will be maintained. So that they wanted to show the importance of these ants. So therefore every ecosystem components are very, very important. They play their role in the environment. And you can see here where I have taken this photograph in the same the botanical garden. They also maintain this kind of insectorium, and these are dead insect. But now they say many of them are vanished. So some of them are still there, but many of them are lost from our the earth. So you can see how nicely different types of insect. And previously it was there. You can also see these insect, how they are evolutionary, how they are evolving into different level of insect. You can see here. Very interesting to see first time. These are the insect I never seen before. First time I have seen. And also butterflies. You can see different types of butterflies. We might have seen one or two varieties, but so many varieties. And I was amazed to see these butterflies. You can see many more. Smaller size, bigger size, different colors and all, and different shapes. And they are also in the biodiversity component. And everything play. Every butterfly is having its own responsibility. And you can see this insect, different types of insect. It's all in our biodiversity component. And I don't know whether this insect still is there or not, but it was existing in our ecosystem. But only we are able to see them in the wild condition. And you can see insect also, ants also, different types of ants. Why they wanted to show? Because they wanted to impress upon the human, each and every organism is responsible in maintaining the biological equilibrium in our biodiversity. So therefore, we need to protect them, conserve them. So coming to this particular tree, it is a very, very huge, very, very huge tree. This photo I have taken from the Western Ghats. It's a teak tree, and you can see how big it is. This is a closer view, how tall and how big it is. And this tree is known as a Connemara teak. Connemara teak is one of the largest and the oldest living teak tree in the world. It is one of the largest and the oldest living teak tree in the world. And it is believed to be around 450 years old. See, this is a 450 years old tree. It is there in the Western Ghats, and it has an amazing width of 7.02 meter and height of 39.98 meter as on 5/1/2011. Still, this tree is growing. It is there, and 2011 data. It is so much of width and also height, so much of height. So, and it is very, very difficult to maintain this kind of tree, the natural ecosystem, but still the government is actually maintaining this particular tree. According to the local tribal belief, when the tree was tried to cut down, the blood oozed out from the place of cut. This tree was since then worshipped as virgin tree by the local tribals. Thus the name Kannimara. Kannimara means virgin. So Kanni means virgin. So the tree is virgin tree. That's what they believe, the tribals. They used to worship. At present, the market value of the tree is around 3.8 crores. At present means 2011. 3.8 crores rupees. This is only the tree value. The intangible and ecological value of the tree during this period would come around 6 crores rupees to the human ecosystem. Still it is growing. That is a beauty of this particular tree. So therefore, think before you cut the tree. This is the message. This particular tree, though the physical worth is 3.8 crores, but the ecological benefits, if you add, it is a 6 crores. Single tree is costing 6 crores. And moreover, this tree is also given award, and people get award, and the institution get award. Very interestingly, I could see for the first time a tree got the award, Vriksha Pruksha, that is the award in the year 1994, Government of India has given to this particular tree. So therefore, you have to really appreciate the values of the tree and protect this biodiversity. Okay, so just for information, and this is the photograph I have taken from the Valpare in this one fine day morning. It's a very beautiful sunrise, and this is the hilltop. You can see by a nice photograph. Through mobile phone I have taken. I was amazing after seeing this photograph. And the other side, one side I could see this kind of very thick forest, but the other side, the entire thing has been removed, and it's become a tea plantation. See, nothing, no trees are there except the silver oak. The silver oak, why they are maintaining? Because they wanted to avoid the wind. So it's a windbreaker, so maybe some shade. But the entire hill top has been pruned, and no trees are available. And if you go and see, it's a really pathetic situation. And even very recently, I visited Botany. While coming, I could see only the tea estate, not the trees. Trees here and there is there. So this is the reality. Indiscriminately, we are cutting down the tree, and deforestation is taking place, and the forest area and hill area become a plantation, either coffee plantation or tea plantation or etc. So that is the harm we are doing the nature. What will do? Nature, what it will do? It will hit like this. This is again the photograph, same time. In the Valpare, we have visited the Upasi Tea Research Institute, and actually we are supposed to go there and stay in their guest house. But when we reached the Valpare town, and people say, on the road there are a bunch of animals, especially the elephants were standing. So therefore, they are not allowing vehicles to go over there. So then we stayed in the Valpare on the same night, and next day morning we went to visit the Valpare Tea Research Institute, and we visited. Then we went to nearby, and people say previous day there was animals, especially the elephant. They came and they damaged the houses, etc., etc. And this is the house of the director of Upasi Tea Research Institute. You can see here, it's just broken the walls and went inside and damaged the entire kitchen and bedroom, fridges, etc., etc. Even outside, a lot of trees. I mean, the banana trees were there. Everything it is smashed, and the entire area become a battleground like situation, and we were really astonished to see it, and also fearsome. And people say once in a while it used to come. Why it is happening? Because now we have encroached the entire the animal corridor, and we also encroach their territory, and they're coming and hitting back. So we need to really think of not disturbing these the animal territory. Otherwise, no, this will happen. What happened? The director, the previous day, he went to Coimbatore for the international conference to be organized. So therefore, nobody was there at home. Only the watchman was there. Watchman all ran off from that place. Next day morning, they could see this kind of damage. So this is the conflict between the animals and human. So we can see this is the banana they used to grow, and also other trees. Everything has been damaged and vanished by these elephants. So we are encroaching their territory. They are coming and again beating us. So this is the human-elephant conflict. It is a long story. It is keep on going on. Every day news are coming in, and 1,713 people. It's a very old data. It has come in Hindu, killed by the human-elephant conflict, and also 373 elephants were also killed in 3 years, just in 3 years. This is the rate of death is happening because of the human-elephant conflict. So coming to the endangered and threatened species, this is a really alarming situation we are in now. And IUCN has estimated that about 10% of the world vascular plant species, totaling about 20,000 to 25,000, are under varying degrees of threatened. They are listed as a threatened species because they are going to extinct. Look at India. We have about 50,000 flora and 15,000 are flowering plants, of which 5,000 species are endemic to India. And what is the situation today? About 1,500 species, that's 1,500 species, about 10% of the species are under varying degrees of threatened species. And we have listed in Red Data book. So therefore, we need to really think of conserving these plants, animals, etc., etc. You can see here, these are just glimpses I wanted to show. It's not a full data. 6 animals and 4 plants are presented as representative of the many species that have become extinct since 1910. 1910 onwards, just 6 animals, just a representative animals and also plants. For example, animals like passenger pigeon, Carolina parakeet, Darwin calabagas, Tulachi wallaby, black Andean toad, thick-billed ground toad. These are the 6 animals. They are already extinct. No, it is not available. They extinct from our earth. And also plants like Sri Lankan legume, Arunachal OPT, Radula Visinica, bryophytes, and Saint Helena olive. These are the plants that are already extinct. So it's all because of the human interference and our own creation. So therefore, we need to really think of conserving these. Otherwise, we will be losing large number of animals and plants in our ecosystem. Even a lot of common plants in our village. When I was small boy, I used to see a lot of common plants in our villages. But now when I go and see, those plants are not there. Even the number is very, very low. For example, the Lucas aspera, Tumbai, is very common in our village. Even people, children, if you get cold, they used to take the flower, white color flower, and put it in the milk, and they ask to consume and to get rid of this cold. But now this Tumbai is not there, very, very rare. Unable to see in my village. Like many, I can quote many number of plants, and those are actually going away from our own vicinity. So therefore, we need to seriously think of protecting these plants as well as animals. For example, 1,459 animals have already been listed as endangered or threatened animals, including the polar bear. So it is become threatened, and maybe the rate of the poaching is happening, and probably one day it will become extinct. And the single horn rhinoceros, already it has become rare, and I think it is now become endangered because only one they used to maintain in Kenya, and sometime back they say it has died. So therefore, think the rate of animals become endangered, plants become endangered. So therefore, we need to think of conserving them. And you can see here, this is the data I have taken from the Hindu in the year 2019. 19 amphibian species are critically endangered. Zoological Survey of India listed. These are the available frogs available in the Western Ghats, but they have become endangered. critically endangered. So maybe sooner or later they will disappear from our Western Ghats. And this is everybody knows about this. This is the Varayadu in Tamil, Nilgiri Tar, and this is the state animal. Interestingly, this is a state animal, but on the other hand, it also listed as a endangered animal. So that is the fate. Even our state Tamil Nadu animal become endangered in the endangered list. This is a flower. So everybody knows about this flower, Chengandal Malar. It's a state flower, Tamil Nadu state flower, and it's also listed as a endangered plant. Though it is being cultivated, but in the wild it has become endangered. So state animal, state plants, this is a state of affairs. So therefore, think of conservation. What is the factors for biodiversity loss? It's lost because of over exploitation. Indiscriminately we exploit. Indiscriminately we cut. Indiscriminately we poach. Indiscriminately we kill. Because of this over exploitation, our own greeds. And also habitat loss, as I mentioned. So we are converting the forest into plantations. So the habitat has lost. And we are also converting the agricultural land into industries and housing units. So therefore the habitat loss is happening. So over-exploited, habitat loss, monocropping in intensive agriculture. Instead of multi-cropping, we are actually in the form of intensive cultivation, we are going for monocropping, like cotton or rice or whatever. So therefore, in the form of intercropping, monocropping, other plants, crops, we are neglecting. So that is also one of the reasons are attributed for biodiversity loss, and also greenhouse effect. So no doubt they are also having impact. And finally, the recent climate change and global warming, it is also play very important role for biodiversity loss. So what we have to do? So you can see here, this is a monocrop. See, if very far, thousands of acres, only one crop. It's nothing but a wheat. I have taken this photo from Pullman area of USA. It's in Washington state near Canada. So this is the photograph. Thousands and thousands of acres, only one crop. No other crops will be there. This crop is actually supporting only specific microbes and also specific insect. If you have multiple crops on different types of microbes will be supported, and different insects will be supported, and birds will also be supported. So therefore, not only the plants number, the diversity also reduced due to this monoculture, and also the other biodiversity. They are also not in a position to survive, thrive over there. This is another photograph. This is actually a piece, Pache Patani. So it is also thousands of acres being cultivated in USA like this. So there is no chance of growing other plants. And they also put a lot of chemicals and also herbicides, and they are not allowing weeds to also grow. So there is no possibility of helping other plants to grow. So there is a long run, there is the loss of biodiversity. Very huge area, thousands of acres, only one crop. So this kind of monocropping also harmful for biodiversity loss. And because of this global warming and other pollution, the coral bleaching is happening, and it is also very deleterious, dangerous, because the corals are house for various fishes and other sea animals, and you can see how badly it is affecting the coral reefs, and it is under the threatened condition. And very importantly, this rate of the impact, human impact, or industrial development, it also leads to vanishing the Sundarban area, and it's also we are also going to lose the tiger habitat by the year 2017. This is the alarming situation. They are already put the alarm, and we need to protect this particular area. Otherwise, we are also going to lose this the tiger habitat. This is all happening. And in addition, because of the global warming, and you can see this is the Arctic region. A lot of ice is there, but today situation, the ice become water because of the global warming. So the ice mounts are melted and become water. And it's in reality because people taken a satellite picture, and they are also comparing some 20 years ago and what is the today scenario, and they are comparing, and they say already 50% of the Arctic ice melted, and therefore the polar bears, they try to find their living place degradation. So therefore, this is the alarming situation we are facing. So we need to take care of this global warming. And one thing, not only just have that loss or Arctic ice melt, and this also consequently increasing sea level. What will happen if it is increasing sea level, and we will also going to lose the biodiversity like this. This is the rat species in Australia. So this actually declared as a extinct. So no, it is not available. It has already gone because of the climate change and sea level rise. That is the reason this particular the Australia rat living over the seashore, it's vanished. Now it is not there. It is extinct. That is the pathetic situation we are in. And not only the diversity loss is happening, and we are also going to lose some of the countries and even some of the monuments like Yellowstone National Park, the Venice iconic lagoon, Galapagos Iceland, and also the Illustrated ice ford in Denmark. These are the areas. These are known as heritage places, and they are also going to vanish in the longer run because of the climate change. That's the prediction they already made. Not only that, there are countries like Kiribati. This is a small country in the Pacific Island Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and also Maldives, Indian Ocean Island, Marshall Island, again Pacific, Samoa, Tuvalu, and Vanuatu. These are the small islands already under problem. So because of sea level rise and these islands going to submerge, that is the alarming situation people already predicted. And the Kiribati president, so actually he visited Arctic to see whether the Arctic ice melt is really happening. He wanted to make sure, and then he confirmed that it's happening, and the sea level rise is going there, and Kiribati is going to submerge. Therefore, he wanted to buy land in Australia to relocate their people. That's the information came in the news also. Even sometime back, maybe 10 years back, Maldives, when Najimuddin was the president, he wanted to really buy land from India or Australia to relocate their people because Maldives also going to submerge in another 100 years. That is the prediction they are making. So, this climate change also a problem for losing some of the land masses, and even some of the cities in the world are also going to submerge, mainly which are all in the near seashore. So that is the kind of alarming situation we are facing. So it is our prime responsibility to protect this biodiversity and also to take care of the global warming and climate change. And there are extinct, endangered and threatened species, and what we need to do, we need to take the conservation measures. Therefore, we need to delist from extinct and endangered threatened species. So therefore, we need to protect them. So what are the measures already the UN has put forth? They actually made a strategy plan from 2011 to 20. This is already gone. They made a vision living in harmony with nature, whereby 2050 biodiversity valued, conserved, restored, and wisely used, maintaining ecosystem services, sustaining a healthy planet, and delivering benefits essential for all people. Even then, we are looking benefit for the people only, not for other organisms. But this is the vision they made. But 2020 also gone. I don't know what is the status now. And the mission also they put forth, take effective and urgent action to halt the loss of biodiversity in order to ensure that by 2020 ecosystems are resilient and continue to provide essential services, thereby securing the planet variety of life and contributing to human well-being and poverty eradication. 2020 this also gone. And even there also this our own greed and selfishness, human well-being, not the animal well-being, plant well-being, poverty eradication. This is the mission which the UN has put forth. 5 goals already they fixed. One is address the underlying causes of biodiversity loss by mainstreaming biodiversity across government and society. This is the goal 1 they fixed initially. 2020 we need to achieve. That's what the goal. Goal B, reduce the direct pressure on biodiversity and promote sustainable use. Goal 3 is to improve the status of biodiversity by safeguarding ecosystem, species, and genetic diversity. And D, goal D, enhance the benefits to all from biodiversity and ecosystem services. The goal E is enhance implementation through participatory planning, knowledge, management, capacity building. These are the 5 goals already they fixed, but 2020 has already gone. And this is a report, UN report, nature dangerous decline, unprecedented species extinction rates accelerating. This is the report they have presented in 29th April, May. Actually, they have the meeting held in Paris from 29th April to 4th May 2019, and in which they mentioned the overwhelming evidence of the IPBES global assessment from a wide range of different fields of knowledge presents an ominous picture, said IPBES chair Sir Robert Watson. And in that they mentioned the health of ecosystem on which we and all other species depends is deteriorating more rapidly than ever. It's very, very rapid. We are eroding the very foundation of our economies, livelihoods, food security, health and quality of life world over. This all happening. This is a report they have mentioned. And now the UN has made 17 sustainable goal in which explicitly nothing has been told about the biodiversity, but there is a component in biodiversity conservation in the sustainable goal. It is now very popular, and goal 14 says that's goal 14 is life below water. Conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Conserve and sustainable use. You need to conserve to maintain the marine resources. Otherwise, the marine resource also going to vanish sooner or later. That is the alarming situation because indiscriminate fishing is happening. So we need to protect, and we are also dumping all the pollutants in the marine ocean. So therefore, we are losing the marine biodiversity. And coming to the life on land, this is the goal 15: protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainably manage forest, combat desertification, and halt the reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. So we need to protect and restore, promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem. So by the way, if you take some measures to protect and conserve the biodiversity, and they will really play their own role in the ecosystem. So finally, I would like to end with this note given by the Roberts Watson, who was the chairman of that particular committee. And it is not too late to make a difference, but only if we start now at every level from local to global. That is the message he has given. Through transformative change, nature can still be conserved. So we are believing that already damage has happened beyond the restoration, but still he has given a kind of assurance, and through transformative change, nature can still be conserved, restored, and used sustainably. So therefore, taking this message, we need to think of conserving the biodiversity and to live we peacefully in this year. Finally, this photograph again I have taken from Madrid conference, and from far I thought it's a tree was standing, but closer I could see a man. He was actually moving, like dressing like this plant, having different species, and through which they wanted to show we need to conserve the biodiversity. With this message, I want to end with this note of National Biodiversity Authority, because we are protected under the Biodiversity Authority Act, and through which, and there are some restrictions and regulations that they made to utilize the bioresources. But Indian researcher, Indian company need not to get prior permission to access bioresources for research. If you want to do research as an Indian or Indian company, they can access any kind of bioresources. You can collect and you can make use for your own research. But Indian researcher to do research in abroad, if you want to go abroad to research or in collaboration with a foreign researcher, need to be obtained prior permission. You need to get a permission from the NBA for any foreign collaboration. This is the message I wanted to tell you, because many of our researchers, they don't know this Biodiversity Act. So therefore, I wanted to present before you, and permission is to be obtained before patent. So even if Indian researcher, Indian company, if you worked on any biology resources, if you find out any useful research outcome, if you want to go for patent, and you need to get the permission prior to patent, otherwise it is a non-bailable offense. Permission also to be obtained before commercialization. If you want to commercialize these using biology resources, you need to get a permission. These are the conditions now they laid out, and therefore any researcher, if you want to do Ph.D. or any research activity, please please aware of these conditions and get prior permission to get a from NBA to go for patent or commercialization, or you want to do any collaborative research with any foreign personnel or foreign company. With this, I take this opportunity to thank profusely the CAS in marine biology, especially my best friend, Professor Anandaraman, for having invited to deliver this lecture on the International Biodiversity Day. And finally, I salute these farmers. They are also part of the biodiversity component because they are all neglected, totally neglected in our system. They are only toiling in the field to feed our stomach. So without their support, we cannot eat. So therefore, now they are facing a lot of difficulties. So we need to think for protecting them also. So with this, I thank once again all the participants for your patience hearing. And if you have any question, you can ask now. Thank you, Ananda. Thank you, Professor. Thank you. If you have Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please. Sir, I'm unable to hear you. Please unmute yourself. Your mic is muted, please. Sir, unmute your mic, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Sir, actually, as per the biodiversity, a pioneer community lays the foundation for the life success, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the pioneer community will also be depending upon some other particular thing, like the abiotic factors.
Okay.
The biotic factors are also depending upon the abiotic factors.
Sure,
so
sir. Yes,
how
sir.
come these particular both are interrelated at the starting? I mean, say at the pioneer. Yes, sir. So myself, I am Krishna Kishore, head of the Department of Biology, Narayana Educational Institutions, Hyderabad, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, the biotic and abiotic factors play a very important role, sir. That's the question you are asking.
Yes, sir.
So that's the problem we are facing actually in our own greediness, and we are damaging the entire ecosystem nature, and we are cutting indiscriminately the trees, and trees are producer, and they are also produce not only food, and also they generate oxygen.
Yes, sir.
And sinking the carbon, and there is an imbalance. It's going to happen imbalance, and also the global warming is happening, and
Yes,
we are putting a lot of pollutant in the environment back, and they are also creating a lot of issues.
Yes, sir.
And the water bodies are polluting, soil is polluting, air is polluting, and
Yes,
we are living in this chaos situation. It's all our own creation. So therefore, we are the top organism in the evolutionary pyramid and food web, and we are thinking that we for us only everything has been available. So we indiscriminately we consume or we damage. And first we should
Yes,
stop and we should think we have to protect other component of biodiversity. Not only just protecting the biodiversity, through protecting biodiversity, we can protect the abiotic factors also. Because
yes, sir.
this one thing I forgot to mention, and the past the 2 years of pandemic, actually, this is actually the chaos situation we have faced, because a lot of people we lost. So a lot of people have been admitted hospital and a lot of other issues. But one good thing happened because of the COVID pandemic is actually restoring the ecosystem. Pollution has come down. And most of the cities, they have measured the pollution level. It has come down because of the lockdown. Not vehicle movement, not human movement. And because of that, the pollution has come down drastically. Not only that, and there is a rainfall now. There is kind of the ecosystem is restored. So therefore, first of all, we need to really think and take care of protecting the biodiversity as well as the abiotic factor. It will take care of automatically.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for your
nice information, sir, presented.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I thank all the organizers of the webinar, sir.
Sir,
Ajmal Khan, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, Professor. Yes.
Please, sir.
So thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Mathivanan, for delivering a wholesome lecture covering every aspect, starting with microbial diversity, plant diversity, animal diversity, then the threats they are facing, and you ended with sustainable development goals and also with your valuable message. Generally, when I used to deliver a lecture on biological diversity, I will be lifting images from internet. But what you did, you went to various places, what you saw, what you wondered, you showed to us. It made the presentation quite different, quite enjoyable also. So you showed us a different kind of jackfruit, aloe vera, and the various types of wheat, drumstick, then giraffe also, then rhinoceros ensemble. Even though I hail from a place situated quite close to the teak land, that is Thekadi, I have not heard about Kandimara teak. So thanks to you, now I know about the Kandimara teak. So the commercial value you mentioned 3.8 crore and the ecological value is around 6 crores. So quite a valuable resource. So we have to preserve everything, each and everything. So once I had a presentation from the director of Kerala Pollution Control Board, and he was telling in the tea plantations and also other cardamom plantations, coffee plantations, they make use of quite a lot of insecticides, pesticides. As a result, the insect diversity has been decimated to a greater extent. So, Professor, so you made it a pleasant day, no doubt, with your cheerful disposition and a pleasant demeanor. We got a treasure of knowledge. You made it not only a pleasant day, you made it an enjoyable day also, Professor. And we thank you wholeheartedly for making this day so much valuable. Thank you. I also record my deep appreciation to our coordinator, Professor Anandaraman, Dean Professor Anandaraman, for inviting you and giving this feast to all of us. Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Mathivanan. Thank you very much, Professor Anandaraman. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for your valuable comments. Thank you, sir.
Any other topics? Dr. Yelamuri also. Dr. Yelamuri. Dr. Yelamuri. Dr. Yelamuri, sir.
He is a more. Yeah, anybody wanted to make any comment or want to make any suggestion, or if you want to have any queries? Okay, sir. Actually, it is actually nearing lunch time, so people wanted to take rest. Today is Sunday.
Thank you very much, sir. Respected faculty member, dear participant, the scholar and student. Good morning, all of you. It's give me a immense pleasure to give the word of thanks on behalf of our center and my own. We thank our Vice Chancellor and Registrar and sponsors for the program. We thank Professor Anandara and M.Sc coordinator for his continuous support for the completion of this program. We thank Professor Malkan sir accepting for the requested schedule. Thank you very much, sir. Valuable speech. We thank our Professor Dr. Mathivanan, Director and Head of the Department, CAS in Botany, Madras University. Sir, we are briefly explaining for microbes, fungus, and animal diversity and threatening animals and factor affecting biodiversity processes and new strategy and National Biodiversity Authority Act. Briefly explaining for all the parts. Thank you, sir. We thank you. Ministry of Environmental Forest and Climate Change and New Delhi. We thank all the participants, this institution, and come over here in the program. We thank our institutional team members for the support and successful completion of this program. We thank once again all of you for the program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Valuable time today that biology and diversity. Thank you very much for our information and the digital informed for us. Thank you for the excellent time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We welcome to our CAS.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Ah.